I like how he spends the vast majority of his time in his mind. The rest of
And everywhere, right?
the rest of the time he's out of his mind by implication.
Hi guys, this is Play It Again. I'm Ginger.
And I am Mike and Ginger.
Yes.
Are you sure you want to do this song? Because there's no way he's singing about you when he says not perfect.
Oh, it's kind of you to say. And it sounds a little bit like bullshit to me. Can't lie.
How dare you?
So we love Tim Minchin. We've done a few of his songs before. I know they're older guys, but like we have not had a lot of exposure to Tim Minchin, and when we have, it's always been fun. So when I saw one crop up on the homepage, I just could not resist. I kind of feel like we're in the height of rainy season right now. It's been raining solid for 2 weeks. It's cold, it's miserable. I got my dirty boots on. Like I live in these boots now, guys, right now. So I could really use a pick-me-up. And Tim Minchin feels like just exactly the call for the pick-me-up.
So what you're saying
not
is
perfect.
the weather is not perfect?
Don't get me wrong, guys. Costa Rica is amazing. And 11 months of the year, the weather's absolutely beautiful and perfect. But that 1 month of November,
It's pretty rough.
it's absolutely brutal. It's nice that Costa Rica concentrates it all into 1 month, though, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, no driving through slush and shoveling snow for 4 months.
But getting through it, it's starting to drag, I can't lie. So,
I am
anyway,
impervious. No sense, no feeling, right, Ginger?
he's just happy he doesn't have to shovel it, guys. That's all it is. All right, so not perfect. I don't know what the hook will be on this one, but it'll always be good.
This is a song about that feeling I think we all get sometimes, where you feel like you're the smallest doll in a babushka doll.
The one that everybody's sitting on?
Yeah.
This is my earth, and I live in it. It's 1/3 dirt and 2/3 water, and it rotates and revolves through space at rather an impressive pace, and never even messes up my hair. And here's a really weird thing. The force created by its spin is the force that stops the chaos flooding in. This is my earth, and it's fine. It's where I spend the vast majority of my time. It's not
Didn't know he was an
perfect,
astronaut.
but it's mine. It's not perfect. This is my country, and I live in it. It's pretty big and nice to walk on. And the bloke who runs my country has built a demagoguery and taught us to be fearful and boring.
Oh, Lord.
And the weirdest thing is that he is conservative of politics, but really rather radical of eyebrows. This is my country, and it's fine. It's where I spend the vast majority of my time. It's not perfect, but it's mine. It's not perfect. This is my house, and I live in it. It's made of cracks and photographs. We rented off a guy who bought it from a guy who bought it from a guy whose granddad left it to him. And the weirdest thing is that this house has locks to keep the baddies out, but they're mostly used to lock ourselves in. This is my house, and it's fine. It's where I spend the vast majority of my time. It's not perfect, but it's mine. It's not perfect, but it's mine. This is my body, and I live in it. It's 31 and 6 months old. It's changed a lot since it was new. It's done stuff it wasn't built to do. I often try to fill it up with wine.
Same.
And the weirdest thing about it is I spend so much time hating it, but it never says a bad word about me. This is my body, and it's fine. It's where I spend the vast majority of my time. It's not perfect, but it's mine. It's not perfect. This is my brain,
Oh, Lord.
and I live in it. It's made of love and bad song lyrics. It's tucked away behind my eyes, where all my screwed up thoughts can hide. 'Cause God forbid I hurt somebody. And the weirdest thing about a mind is that every answer that you find is the basis of a brand new cliche. This is my brain, and it's fine. It's where I spend the vast majority of my time. It's not perfect, but it's mine. It's not perfect, but it's mine. It's not perfect. I'm not quite sure I've worked out how to work it.
Same.
It's not perfect, but it's mine.
Okay. Can I say something that's likely controversial?
Like no one else.
Like never before,
Hmm?
his voice strongly reminded me of James Blunt.
Hmm.
If I'd closed my eyes, I would have actually genuinely thought that was James Blunt singing.
Yeah.
From me, that's meant to be a compliment. I love James Blunt, but I know he's a little controversial.
I don't know if that sounded as much like James Blunt to me as you think, but it did sound very nice. It was very nice
Oh,
singing
it's
voice.
beautiful, yeah. It was actually an interesting combination of self-deprecating but introspective
Mhm.
in a sentimental way at the same
Mhm.
time.
Yeah, it wasn't so
not
much
very-
funny as fun.
Yeah, not many people could pull that off, that balance, right?
Mhm.
Where it's a little bit serious, it's a little bit sappy, but it just genuinely makes you laugh a little at yourself.
I like how he spends the vast majority of his time in his mind. The rest of
And
his-
everywhere,
the
right?
rest, the rest of the time he's out of his mind by implication.
Bro, I know how you feel.
And he's obviously having out-of-body experiences too. And he's an astronaut.
Apparently.
Yeah, the house, the country, yeah, you come, you go, that's fine. But the body, the mind, and space,
You know what's funny
That's unusual.
about the country verse? So that song, or at least according to YouTube, that performance is 14 years old and absolutely nothing has changed except perhaps the eyebrows.
yeah, different set of eyebrows now.
Different set of eyebrows, same bloody nonsense, right?
Yes.
Like same kind of surreal madness.
That's the beautiful thing about countries like Australia and Canada. It doesn't matter whether the conservative government's in or more liberal government's in. It's just
same old
it's
trash.
just sliding down the same
It's just terrible.
same spiral, no matter what.
It's not even. It seems to be like literally every country now, except for this one. This one, the kind of the beauty of the third world guys is, the locals have gotten so used to the government being corrupt and useless that just nobody relies on them at all. They just go on with their lives. It's almost like it doesn't exist, or it exists on a different plane, but it doesn't really have any kind of impact on your daily life for the most
Yeah.
part.
And
It's
you know
refreshing.
What? They work on keeping it that way.
Oh yeah.
Right? A couple of times in the last 6 months, there's been in a couple of different areas protests against government policy. One was a regional one. This latest one's federal. But they're brooking no nonsense. They're not letting it get a foothold.
No, they're just like, no, you guys, you've been content to sit at your desks and ignore the citizenry and just collect your paychecks for the last 50 years. Just keep doing that and leave us alone.
Yeah, that one in Paris was ridiculous.
Yeah, anyway, let's not get
Yeah.
into local politics.
Anyway.
But anyway.
But the point is, they don't let it get a foothold, man. They
No.
come out in force.
No, you guys in the first world could learn a few things from the third world about stuff like that. I'm finding it quite refreshing. But anyway, that was actually quite lovely.
Very
It's not
sweet.
what I was expecting. I thought we were going to have another laugh riot.
Mhm.
But it was just enough of that, and then also just sweetly sentimental, which I also love.
Mm-hmm.
But his hair. I got news for you, Tim. That's spinning.
It's having an
It
effect.
just might. Yeah, it's having an effect. But I guess I'm there too, actually. Anyway, you think he goes out in public like that all the time?
Maybe. I mean, the hair and makeup are not so extreme you couldn't.
No, it's true. And I think about like Robert Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I think Robert Smith does that all the time, right?
Probably.
I bet he does. Unless he doesn't want to get recognized, because for sure you're going to
Lets
recognize
it down
him.
and wears a hoodie.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You never know. Anyway, yeah, that's just a piece of curiosity. It's no value judgment here, guys. Right? Like you see the conditions I leave the house in sometimes. Anyway, okay, that was a good choice. It did lift my spirits somewhat. If also,
Soothed you and cheered you simultaneously.
indeed, it's true, and I am oh so grateful for the rotation of the earth that at least keeps me planted on it. So I don't know about you all, but I will definitely play that again.